Hey, Dave Fannin here with the Body Form Personal Training Fitness Boot Camps. Monday morning quick tip, always exercise at least 3 days per week. It's one of the 4 rules of exercise that helps you stay on track, stay consistent, and get the incredible results from exercises and eating well that you'll ever get in your lifetime. And there's a way to approach rules when it comes to exercise, and why do we have them, and why do I like them so much? It's like vegetarians, and I always like to use this analogy because a vegetarian has a rule, and they say, I'm not going to eat meat. That's their number one rule. But that rule carries over to everything else and helps them stay on track. This one rule, it's not, I'm not going to eat meat unless I go to McDonald's, or I'm not going to eat meat unless I'm on vacation, or I'm not going to eat meat unless it's the holidays and I really want to eat that brisket. It's, I don't eat meat. And this forces them to simply work and live a vegan lifestyle. They don't eat meat. And that works, this one rule. So the 4 rules of exercise helps you stay consistent over time. Number 1, never miss a Monday. Number 2, exercise at least 3 days per week. Number 4, never go more than 3 days without exercise. And 4, never give up. And if you look at these 4 rules, there's a simple thread running through these rules when it comes to exercise. And you say, I'm going to follow these rules for exercise for the rest of my life. They're a forcing mechanism for you to stay consistent over time. Notice it doesn't say, I'm going to jog 4 miles every day, 4 days a week. It doesn't say that. It says, I'm going to work out in some manner 3 days per week, at least 3 days per week. It doesn't say you have to work out Monday through Friday and take weekends off, or 7 days a week, or forever you have to lift weights, even though it's a good idea that you lift weights in some manner. It doesn't say any of that. It's just 4 rules that forcing mechanism to stay consistent. We're going to talk about number 3. I did the rules a little bit off today. Number 3 is I'm going to always work out at least 3 days per week. And why? Because it's a forcing mechanism for you to stay consistent. Some weeks you might get 2. Some weeks you might get 4. But on average, the best results we see is 3 days per week. I've seen people come in, don't get me wrong, people that are on a very tight schedule. I can usually get them 30 to 50 pounds off and help them establish a habit with 2 days per week. But we call it the gold standard or the golden rule of 3 days per week. And your average person out there looking to get in shape, stay in shape, you don't want to be a bodybuilder, you don't want to be a fitness model. No one cares about that stuff. You just want to feel your very best and be the best you can be for your family and loved ones. 3 days per week gets 99% of the job done. And the traditional is that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, I can't work out on Fridays. That's okay. Doesn't mean you have to throw the whole goddamn thing out. You just go, I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Great. It doesn't matter. I've even had people, what we call the weekend program, they work out on Saturday and Sunday, and then 1 day per week. And it doesn't really matter which day, just 3 days. And it helps them get through that 1 year where business was insane, or they were consulting a lot, or they had a child that was in the hospital. It helped them stay on track and stay sane during those challenging times. And that one rule of 3 days per week is what got them where they want to be. So that's what you have to do. You have to apply these rules and just stick with them. That 3 days per week. Why? Because it helps you stay consistent enough that you build that habit over time. And like I said, 4 days will be a little bit of overkill if it's your first month or 2 working out, but we usually see people do well with 3 days per week, and you'll be beating 99% of the population who do nothing. And that's the key, is 3 days per week. That Monday, Wednesday, Friday seems to work well. Again, you make it work for you. And again, you can tweak it for a little while when you come into a challenge or you're traveling. But that, you missed Monday, you still get in on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. 3 days. That's how it works. And it's a rule that helps you stay consistent. And it's a forcing mechanism that you can use in your head. That, I just got to get in there and get this done. Great. Because you just got to get it done that day. but you'll get the benefits the rest of your life, and that's the key. So that's the 4 rules of exercise, and why that 3 days per week seems to be the gold standard. A little bit more helps a little bit more, a little less will still get you where you want to be, but that 3 days per week seems to work best for the vast majority of people over time. And that's the real deal. So that's the Monday quick tip. Work out at least 3 days per week. Get it in. It doesn't really matter what you do. You can jog, swim, lift some weights, meet a friend, go to boot camp. It doesn't really matter as long as you stay consistent over time. I'm Dave Fannin with the Body Form Personal Training Fitness Boot Camps. If you like this video, like it, share it, comment below. Talk to you guys later.